baffles me too. Alexa, pause.
Hello people of the internet, welcome back to Joyful Encounters. Happy New Year!
So I haven't been vlogging or making videos for the past 3 weeks because I was at home in Indonesia, and now that I'm back it feels a little weird, but we're gonna make this video. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Joy. I am a 20-something Indonesian girl living and working in New York City as an engineer, and today we're going to be talking about how to make 2024 the best year of your life yet by achieving all of your goals. Oh, and if you're new here, please like and subscribe. I put a lot of time and effort and energy into making these videos. So I think it's really important to define what you mean by the best year of your life. And it can mean meeting the love of your life, it can mean traveling, and it can mean inching towards your goals. The best year of your life means fulfilling all of my goals. And so you might be wondering, Joy, why is the definition of the best year of your life achieving your goals? I have a lot of dreams, and I have pretty big dreams for this year, and a lot of these goals require a certain amount of risk taking. And I'm in this point in my life where I am 20 something, I do not have any financial dependence, and I'm just living for myself. I don't have kids. This is literally the best time to take risks. As I get older, I'm well aware that my aversion to risk will only grow, and if everything fails, I'm the only person who needs to bear the consequences of my decision making. I realize that's such a luxury, that's such a crucial time, and I want to take advantage of it by really genuinely going forward at my goals and dreams. So I'm well aware that even if I genuinely attempt it, there's a high chance that I might fail, and I'm okay because I don't want to be someone who lives her life and in 20-30 years down the line wish that I had taken more risks, or wish things turned out differently instead, or just wish that I had tried. The fact that I'm trying now means that in the future I will not wonder what if, and I feel like it's much better to fail than to wonder what if. I will tell you my main plan in trying to achieve my goals. So this video is going to get divided into two parts. The first is the goal setting aspect, and the second is how I plan to retain my sanity and mental health while I try to strive towards these goals. Well, in regards to the goal setting, I asked myself these 3 questions, gave myself a bit of a pep talk afterwards. In regards to the 3 questions, the first is, what is someone who is successful at what I want to do doing? Second is, how do I retain focus? And the third is, how do I measure success? Regarding the first question, it's me asking myself, what is someone who is successful at doing ABC doing? So let's say that for YouTube, the goal is to get to 100k subscribers, which is kind of crazy because right now I'm at 800, and 100k, not even 100k, 10k feels like light years away. But instead of fixating on that number, instead of fixating as to why I'm not growing or why I'm not growing fast enough, I'm instead just going to focus on the fact that people who have 100k subscribers post at least one video every week, and they post a high quality video every week. That is what I can control, so that is what I'm going to fixate on. I'm just going to focus on posting one high quality video every week. The specifics of whether or not it's a good video or what I should be talking about can change over time, but the broad stroke there is that instead of fixating on the state I'm in right now, I should focus on changing the system, changing how I'm working, because that's the only chance I have at actually genuinely making it. The second question was focus. How can I focus? How do I not be distracted when trying to achieve my goals? I already have a pretty strict calendar if you watch my video, but then I read this quote which I was like, wow, that's kind of insightful, and let me read it to you. You're not focused enough until you dread the things you are saying no to. So the key there is to say no, even to things I like, which for me is I cannot travel for at least the next 6 months, because as much as I like traveling, as much as everybody loves traveling, it is a form of distraction that takes me away from the work I need to be doing at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with traveling per se, it's just that my life priority in this moment is achieving these goals. So the question you should be asking yourself, what are things you're doing right now that's not helping you get to where you want to do? If you really genuinely want to achieve your goals, you gotta put them apart, at least for the time being. The third question is, what is a way to measure success without reaching the end goal? I think if my end goal is 100k subscribers on YouTube or any big wild dream, it's really hard to achieve these goals, overnight, or even in a year or in a few years. A lot of time achieving these grand goals can take a decade, it's gonna be really hard to appreciate the progress, and it's gonna be easier for you to give up. So it's really important for you to define what it means by minor successes, and I'm still trying to figure that out for myself. I know that it doesn't have to just be quantitative, so I guess for YouTube it can also be just feeling good and more proud about my video edits and just the content that I'm putting out every week. The other thing I'm trying to keep in mind is to have faith. Just be like more optimistic as you inch towards your goals. While yes, optimism doesn't in any way guarantee the fact that you're going to be achieving your goals, being optimistic is actually a much better attitude, and it will allow you to persevere more in the long run. The moment you feel like you will fail or like things are final is the moment when whatever setback or mistake you made becomes final. So it's really important to have a good attitude. I'm just trying to remind myself now, every time before I panic, before I'm like, oh my god, nothing's gonna work, I just take a deep breath and ask myself, what if it all works out instead? And then I ask myself, what are things I can do to help me guarantee that outcome? It's gonna be a fun year for me to achieve all my goals, or at least inch towards them. I know that like life is not just about career and life is not just about goal setting, but there's just this immense satisfaction that I felt from desiring something, saying that I desire that thing, take action towards it, and actually achieve it. And I think that's part of the thing that makes life feel so much more magical, is when you actually attempt at your goals. Yeah, even if you fail, you learn, you know, and it's best to live a life where you minimize regrets, and it's never too late to start. Okay, that's enough about the goal setting part. I'm also old enough to know that as much as goals are important, as much as you need to work hard and stay focused, it's also important to take care of your mental health, well-being, so that you don't get burned out, because life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And if you get burned out, there's no way that you're going to be able to achieve your goals. So it's really important to take good care of yourself, because it means different things for different people. The way I've been taking care of myself the past few years of my life has mainly been journaling, seeking out friends, and therapy when I need it. But this year I feel like since I'm trying to go after heavier goals, I will need more self-care / balance. So I think there are two aspects to it: the physical and the mental realm. Regarding the physical well-being, I don't have the best sleep hygiene. Last year I had a few almost sleepless nights because I would not be the best at time management. So there's this podcast episode that I listened to that I will link here, and it talks about brain reserve, about how if you have like a lot of brain power, that's because you have like high brain reserve. And in order to get like a high amount of brain reserve, which enables you to think critically, have good control over your emotions, and just like manage your time and make good decisions and be productive, you need to rest. One of the ways to rest is to sleep for 7 to 8 hours at the same time, which I have been really bad at. So this year I'm gonna make sure that I'm prioritizing rest and sleep. Apart from sleep, I just want to make sure that I have like downtime hours, genuine rest hours, which I've been trying to employ since last year. Things like scrolling on TikTok for hours is not rest. When you procrastinate, or when you feel lazy, or when you feel tired, it's your physical body signaling to you that you're not taking good care of yourself enough and that you're not resting. And what happens when you force yourself to not rest isn't that you become more productive. Instead, you end up procrastinating through all these other realms. So I'm trying to be more mindful about both sleep and making sure I rest enough. When I find that I can no longer do work, instead of just forcing myself to do more work and ending up scrolling on TikTok, I'm just gonna like put my phone away and find a good way to rest. What is my 2024 way of resting? I will find out and I will let you know. The other aspect of your well-being is of course your mental well-being. So there's a question that I've been trying to ask myself: how do I think I will feel when I achieve those goals? I write down the feelings I think I will feel when I achieve all these goals. I just want to be mindful that happiness is not one of them. I think a lot of times when we're pursuing a goal, we think that we will be happier when we achieve those goals. Happiness should not be delayed, and happiness should not be the end goal, because happiness is sort of like a muscle, something you gotta exercise, and it's not something that just happens to you when you hit a certain metric. To be happy is to be grateful and to be able to be resilient, and these things are things you can practice even without achieving those goals. Because what happens when you set happiness as like the end goal of like when you achieve your goals, you end up like pursuing things because you're trying to find happiness, and it's never a good idea because that happiness will always be elusive and you will achieve all these things and feel nothing. Like, I don't want to be someone who achieves all these things because I am unhappy. I want to be able to be happy while achieving these things. And I know that it's kind of like conflicting because a lot of times we believe that you need to be innately some kind of dissatisfied in order to want things, in order to achieve things, which I agree. But I feel like just because you're dissatisfied doesn't mean you have to be miserable completely. I just want to have goals because I know that life can be big enough, because I know that these things are possible, not because I hate my life, not because I hate the way I'm feeling now. And I just want to kind of approach it from the point of abundance, which I think is really hard and tricky, and I will let you know what happens if I do achieve these goals and how I feel afterwards. So that is it from me for now. That's a short one. Okay, my audio broke, but yeah, so that's it from me for now. I will be posting more life updates videos. Please watch, and I hope 2024 is our year. I hope you find whatever it is that you desire this year. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. Okay, I love you. Bye.